Hello YouTubers, I thought I'd do a quick video on how to, well, not how to do, lots of videos out there on how to do a heater core in a Liberty or a Chrysler KK. This is a 2011 Jeep Liberty. And I guess the heater core is a common problem. And it's buried pretty deep in there. What happens is you end up with corrosion. I've already flushed it once. A lot of people say what you got to do is flush it out, but I view that as a temporary fix. After flushing it, I still ended up with, after I emptied it out on the bench right here, I ended up with now that much, what's that, maybe 10 ounces, 12 ounces of coolant. Some spilled onto the floor, and that much debris. Some other people on their YouTube say that you got to take out the entire HVAC box, which I did not do. It's still in the car. I did not want to take apart the HVAC coupling lines, which are right there. Didn't want to have to recharge the Freon when I was done. And you don't have to take the entire box apart and out in order to take the heater core out. As far as getting it back in again, I don't know yet. It's not in yet. I wanted to do this video in one take. But some of the gotchas that I did not hear about online were, this tab right there. You got to pull that towards the driver's side in order to get that apart. These tabs right here are the forward side that hold it together. I imagine getting this thing back together is going to be like the worst air cleaner in the world kind of thing. It's got a number of screws, 1, 2, let me see, 1, 2, 3, holding the halves together, this half and the other half. Plus it has a support one right up here that you need to take out. And with a little bit of wiggling and prying, it does come out. And I'm kind of working backwards here. The other gotcha was getting the dashboard back structure off and apart. It apparently hooks up on that bracket with this support. You'll get a little bit of wiggling from it, but it's just going to go an inch or two front to back, and you got to do some lifting and prying and pulling it from the passenger side in order to get it past what appears to be that tab right there. That's a gotcha. The other gotcha is, watch your head on this bolt. Pretty sharp, sticks down kind of far. Some other guys say you got to take the brake pedal out. No, you don't have to do that. Another guy says you got to take the steering wheel apart. I didn't have to do that. You just take it out as an assembly. I got it right there. It was kind of a fussy thing getting out. You got to remove the pinch bolt, which I know you've seen in other videos, all the way. And the back bolts are still kind of long. I don't know why they are so long, but here's the 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're all equal length, but they're, like I say, they're kind of long. And the back ones are real long, and in order for it to pull off of this steering coupling, you really got to crank it down on the bolts. This does have a little bit of wiggle to it, so that's kind of a little bit of a gotcha. Let's see, what else do we have here? I did take out the shifter, which was not that much of a job. It was actually pretty easy. Steering wheel interlock had to be disconnected anyways. And then there's the control cable. Just pop it right off. Don't mess with the adjustment on there, which is, where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, there's all the stuff that comes out by the way. Shifter. That ball right there, if you will, you just pop that right off, and the adjustment, you'll see that there's probably a 10mm bolt right here. Don't touch that. That's your fine-tune adjustment for the cable throw. I stacked everything in the order that it was removed, so that way as I take this pile apart, things on top go in first. So looks like we got instrument cluster, frame stuff. Here's a center support bracket. This goes in like behind the HVAC controls. Another bracket to, oh wait a minute, this goes behind the instrument cluster. This is the center bottom bracket. You'll get to know that as well. That's got a fair amount of weight on it. And then there's the dashboard panels, A-pillar covers. Everything's pretty straightforward. Now I got the heater core replacement from China. Hopefully it'll be okay. There's a lot of work that goes into this. A lot of people get the genuine Mopar ones, but I did not. This was like 30, 35 bucks or something. And hopefully it'll serve me well. Oh, by the way, it didn't come with the hoses. I got to reuse the hoses. Those are metal hoses right there. I guess some kits come with them, some kits don't. But the metal hoses have these clamps on the bottom, and there's an O-ring that lives inside there. So that's the next task we got on the workbench right now. If you want to shoot me questions, feel free, but I don't know whether or not I'll be able to answer them. I'll try like hell. Oh yeah, hey, a lot of wire connectors. I might as well show you my list of items here. Of the wire connectors, there's a bunch. So the plugs, there's at least this many, maybe more. 240 pin, 3 instrument cluster, 1 brake, 1 throttle, 2 driver's side heat box, 6 steering, plus, oh yeah, I got a wireless remote that I got online. That connects into the CAN bus, closed area network, and starts the Jeep when you lock the doors, 3 times. You can set it up different ways. It's got firmware. You set that up. Company, I guess, is called Fortin, F-O-R-T-I-N. You can Google that up. It's not bad. It's about $100. So it's a nice addition for your Jeep. So yeah, that's attaches in the CAN bus connection, closed area network, under the steering wheel. So there's a remote start. On the A pillar, there's the XM antenna, the FM antenna, the backup camera. Yes, that's part of my radio. I put in a Android head unit, and the GPS goes along with that, along with the power for that camera and the microphone for that radio. All go in that A pillar. There are 4 connectors in the blower area, plus 1 small one. You see the last item there? There's a 2-wire on the HVAC box. Apparently it's for some type of heat sensor or something. I pulled it out when I pulled the dashboard structure off, and it came out with it. So I'll show you that here in a minute. 2 courtesy lights also, which you may not have to disconnect. But the heater box, all right, here we are. Come in, and under here, yeah, right there. Here we go, right there. This plugs into that. And that was a little surprise. Didn't know when I pulled the panel off, that was going to rip that little contraption out of there. Apparently there's some sort of heat sensor, like I said, in it. So that'll get you too. But that's pretty much it in 10 minutes. Well, look at that. There's a cabin air filter in there too. Didn't know this car had one. Well, maybe I'll replace that as well. So there you go. There's all the tips and tricks that I found. Good luck with yours. Looks like it's going to take a while for this to get back together again. But, well, hey, $35 compared to, what, a couple grand if somebody else did it? I figure I'll do it myself. Well, there you have it. I'll talk to you later. Good luck with your project.